Hi, it's Jochen, the online agent. And today I'm going to give you a brief update on how specifically AI has impacted the real estate agency business as well as the marketing. I have now a couple of examples for you that I've screenshot up front before we go into the live demo. And I simply asked ChatGPT, why should I use you without any context? So it says you can do, for example, information retrieval, but note it's as of 2021. So the latest info you will not get unless you have a paid account. You can do language translation, writing assistance. That's what we're going to go into shortly, to write articles, to write advertisements, to write headlines, etc. Or you can simply practice with it in a foreign language and also personalize user experience, which is a big thing in marketing. Right, so people want to hear what they want to hear. So you have to adjust your message accordingly. Then I asked ChatGPT why you should buy a new launch property rather than a resale property, because myself, I'm focusing on new launches. Of course, you can ask the reverse question if you do a resale property, and it'll come up obviously with a different answer. But I must say it's not totally complete, but it's pretty decent. For example, customization, warranty, better financing options, potential capital appreciation, and probably better amenities than old houses, condos, etc. And if you look at the language, it writes in proper, grammatically correct sentences, and I find it pretty amazing. I mean, all this was obviously written by a software computer and not a human being. Now, I start with an example of a bad question, because you probably also heard that saying, garbage in, garbage out. All right, so if you don't ask the right questions, ChatGPT might not give you the right answer. Totally out of context, I've asked ChatGPT to write me an ad for property listing. Why is this a bad question? Yes, it's relevant, but it's bad because it's totally unspecific. What kind of listing? Is it a house? Is it a condo? Is it a beachfront? Is it a city center? Is it a good location? Is it this or that? Give it a bit more context and it can come up with a better answer. But nevertheless, it came up with certain features like interior, kitchen, etc., amenities, and so on, which for out of context question, actually, I think is not too bad. But I'm going to show you how to ask better questions and what the answers are. I'll do this as a live demo, so I also don't know what it's going to say. But if it doesn't give me the right answer, of course, I can always, like in real life, when you talk to a human being, rephrase my question and ask again. And over time, ChatGPT will actually learn what you have asked. It will memorize it and eventually get to know what you're really after and give you better answer. That's the power of artificial intelligence, right? It's not static. It learns, it improves over time. And that's pretty awesomely amazing. So I'm going to switch now from the presentation to my browser and have a chat with ChatGPT. Okay, so I've switched over from the presentation to my browser right now to ChatGPT itself. As I mentioned earlier, the URL is chat.openai.com. And ChatGPT actually remembers your previous chats, what you have done. And this was the last one I did, the one I showed you just now. And if you like, you can also share a link to this chat for another user, to, let's say, your colleague or somebody you collaborate with, in order to let them have this as well. So now I'm going to have a chat with ChatGPT. This is live, and I also don't know what's going to come out of it. So let's see. But as I said, if you don't like the answer, just try again and ask a slightly different question. So we're talking about Google advertising or pay-per-click. I'm just going to give you a few examples in that respect. First, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I specialize in new launches, so I take an example of a new launch, condominium. Write me a headline or a Google ad for a new launch called XYZ, which attracts attention maximum, because Google headlines, as you know, is limited to 30 characters. 30 characters. You can chat with ChatGPT like a normal human being. Of course, you have to write it down, but you don't have to write any codes, or you don't have to know anything. Just type as you normally would talk. So let's see what we come up with. luxury unleashed XYZ residences. Not bad. So now I can write the description. Write me a description for Google Ad. The description has 90 characters. And the USP are location, facilities, and facilities. ChatGPT, write something, please. Unmatched location, opulent facilities, and luxury fittings. I don't really like the opulent. I'm just going to try again to generate me something new that I like better. I like to keep it informal. Epic facilities, prime location, and stylish finishes. Wow, I like this one. Is what I would now simply copy and paste into my Google ad. And you can, of course, generate a few other headlines and description, as you need not only one in Google, but you can just repeat the same process a couple of times. And then you have probably a pretty good Google PPC ad. And anyway, Google tells you your ad strength, whether it's good enough or not. I'll do one more thing. For a new launch property in Google Ads, which keywords should I use? Because keywords are obviously important for Google PPC. Location, property type, features, amenity, lifestyle, and buying intent, invest, purchase, upscale, find your dream home, etc. So you can see which of these you like, put into your ad. This way, ChatGPT makes things for you very, very easy, and you can save a lot of time. But beware, of course, you still have to apply some common sense and see what actually is applicable in your property, because that one you wouldn't know, especially since the data is as of 2021. Anything new than this, it's not in there. Play around with it, ask your own questions to ChatGPT, see what comes out, and most likely you'd be amazed. And if not, ask a different question. Wish you all the best. Jochen, the online agent, signing off.